Hey, Cody. Well, we are outside the Hanover Reserve Weddings and Events venue, and well, the Hanover Township Fire Chief tells us that there was a wedding taking place here out at the building, and that's when a fire erupted. But thankfully, everyone made it out safely, and there are no injuries to either firefighters and some of the attendings that were here. So again, the fire is under control right now, but it took a team effort to get there. Now, several agencies were called, including Liberty Township, Oxford Fire, Coleraine Fire, Fair Township, and the name just keeps going on. Now, we're going to play some video from the scene earlier today. Now, the fire chief says that they were called to the wedding venue around 5:30, and the fire chief says he hasn't seen a scene like this in over 10 years. Now, take a listen to what the fire chief had to say on what he believes is how the fire started.
They had a fire in the fireplace, and it burnt through somewhere and caught the plywood on fire. And then it went up like a chimney. So.
And back out here live, multiple crews are still on the scene trying to make sure that the fire doesn't reignite again. And they're focusing much of their efforts right towards the back of the building where the chimney once was. So as you can see, there's some crews right there by the roof right there, just putting out those hot spots. You can see a little bit smoke still coming from the roof. But again, the fire chief says that there are no injuries at all here. Now, we don't know how many people were inside the building, but again, he says that there was a wedding going on, so there must have been probably a couple dozen people here. But the fire chief says that they're going to be here for the next couple of hours. He's estimating about 3 more hours, and he also says that the state fire marshal is on his way right now to investigate more on how the fire started. But of course, we're going to keep you updated both on air and online. We're live in Butler County. Andrea Medina, Fox 19 Now.
We're continuing to follow that breaking news in Butler County. This is another live look at the Hanover Reserve Weddings and Events venue where a fire broke out around 5:30 this evening. Now, the Hanover fire chief tells us a wedding was happening at the time, but there are no injuries. As you can see, crews are still working to make sure that there are no hot spots at that venue. As you see the ladder truck up there, it appears as if they're shining a light down on where the fire was, and that's according to reporting from our Andrea Medina, who's still on the scene working to gather more information. We're still following breaking news right now. This is a live look at the fire at the wedding venue in Butler County, and it still looks like crews are there monitoring the situation. Our reporter Andrea Medina is there gathering some more information. We'll have a report from her coming up in just a little bit. If you're just joining us, we're following breaking news right now. This is a live look at the fire at the Hanover Reserve Weddings and Events in Butler County. Now, the fire broke out around 5:30 during a wedding, but nobody was hurt. We continue to follow breaking news tonight. This is a live look at the fire at the wedding venue in Butler County. As you can see, crews are still there on scene monitoring the situation. The fire broke out around 5:30 this evening during a wedding. And as we zoom in up to the roof, that looks to be some of the damage from the fire. That's great photography work out there by our photographer Stanley. And during the fire broke out during a wedding, but there's been no injuries reported. Our Andrea Medina is on the scene gathering more information.